Well, I'm Merton Homer of Fossil, Oregon. That's where we originated from, and we helped start Painted Hills Natural Beef. I don't know nothing but cattle. I grew up on a cattle ranch. My 5 generations before me did in California, and then I moved because I was starving to death there, so I moved up here. So this came around, and we started with the beef thing, and we think as much of the beef company as we do the ranching. You know, I mean, we're all in 100%. Yeah, we've come from nowhere. We started at nothing. I'm very proud of it, of course, as you can tell. Pretty good sized company actually for out here at Fossil. It's a big company. We had it in mind when we did this. When we had the ranch, and the ranch wasn't big enough for the boys to come back to, and so by this happening or something, there's a chance that they could work here or work, you know, somewhere on the ranch or whatever. And of course, we've built our ranch a lot bigger. And of course, it's ended up to be perfect because Will runs Painted Hills Natural Beef, which is my oldest boy, and the other one runs a ranch, which is just perfect. Worked out just like planned.
I am Will Homer with Painted Hills Natural Beef. I'm the Chief Operating Officer, I guess. And I am a member, owner, and a partner in the company along with my wife, Gabrielle. We were just trying to create something different. And what I've found in research here years later is that beef, I remember as a kid or working on the ranch, cattle getting bigger and bonier and grow faster and all those things that producers do to make the scale go down, so to speak. And so in the 90s, right in there in reading in history, we see that consumer quality went down. So it hurt demand. And so here in our network and out here in Wheeler County, every producer wants to do a better job all the time. They want to do the best job they can. And they felt like they had a better product. So they created a better product, Painted Hills Premium Beef. And we quickly found that we didn't have anything to market, anything different. And so it didn't take very long. We took the hormones and the antibiotics out of the feeding practice, the finishing process, slowed it down, made it less efficient, but made it eat better. The result was it ate better. And it gave us a point of difference. So suddenly we could go to a store, we could go to someone, and not only could our producers go there, take the product from the store manager, cook it for a consumer and give it to them and say, oh, isn't beef good? But they could actually say, isn't our beef good? And the consumer would react to that. Oh, hey, this is really good. How did you cook it? What'd you put on it? And we don't do any manipulation so that we can show you that we create a great product every day. And that's what we do different. That's the process of Painted Hills in a nutshell. So for Painted Hills Natural Beef, our attributes are we use no hormones in the cattle at all, anywhere. And we do not allow the use of antibiotics, which means that a calf that gets sick on the ranch is identified, does not make it in the program, or a calf that enters the feeding and finishing process that gets sick somewhere along the way has to be administered antibiotics, and we do allow that. It's about the safety and security of the animals, but they are not allowed in the program as well. It's the attributes that go along with it, the no hormones, no antibiotics. Those are the things that classify us differently and create actually a better eating experience at the end of the day. Now the grass-fed attributes are a little different because we did the grass-fed, no added hormone, no hormones, no antibiotics. The added part is we did cattle that came from the grass and came from the pasture, went straight to harvest, and then they never saw any corn. So we put the corn-free diet in there, trying to stay away from GMO corns.
Most of our cattle are choice. That's what we feed for is choice, but we get prime, quite a lot of prime.
I just want them to know that we're working as hard as we can to make sure the product is consistent and good every time. Every time they spend their money, I want them to have a good experience. I want them to think about Painted Hills and think about that's a great place to spend my money, a great place. I'm so overwhelmed when somebody says, I'm just a Painted Hills, I love Painted Hills, and I don't know. I don't know if it's pride or it's just, I'm very thankful for that.
I think our main thing is that it's got good flavor. The flavor is what makes our beef really good. We seem to have the right mixture of what we feed them and what they eat out on the hills and all. And then secondly, our meat is always the same. It never varies. If you buy a steak today and 6 months from now, they're all gonna taste the same. Our clientele stay with us, hell or high water.